Hello everybody, and of course welcome back to Dickie's Videos, where no war game remains unplayed. And here we are, of course, with my previews demo part of my channel, and here we are with something slightly interesting that I picked up and was made aware of. Of course, Arms Trade Tycoon tanks. Arms Trade Tycoon is a unique combination of tank design and tycoon game. It puts you in charge of an arms trading company specialised in tanks from the First World War, modern era, research design, sell your fellow tanks, battle and make your own history. So, we're going to spend the next half an hour. There is a demo, check below to the Steam store. A little interesting, a change. This is, of course, I will try and, of course, Micropose software and, of course, Fungi developers. I will try and kudos to them and also check the link to there. So we're going to drop into it and have a little look, and like I said, just see how we feel, see the game feel. So of course we've got Germany, France, of course the major players of the Second World War. I would have liked to have chose Germany in the demo, but of course, actually there must be more. I reckon there must be more in the end, but we're going to have to do with the Great Britain. So it looks like it's specialising in. So, British was the first country to invent the tank, since it was among the leaders in tank design. After Clankin proved the importance of tanks in the First World War, the UK went several innovations ideas of tank design. Just after the First War, Britain came to the conclusion that the best counter to tank was another tank. Oh, there we go. So the first century Vickers, number 2 tank, and you got like the Mother. There's like loads of the old style First World War tanks. Created more heavy armoured tanks, the Matilda, the Churchill. Equally, the Britain began a universal tank concept. Today we call the main battle tank MBT. Didn't know. After Britain tended to build a very viable with cross-country mobility effectiveness. Brilliant. Very World of Tanks screen there. So this is the demo. Your ideas, feedback to playing the demo, etc., etc. Because I think it is on Kickstarter. So. Oh, we got. I could be a lady. Glad there's a lady. I think the developers should put more lady avatars on there. But we're going to put this smithing young gentleman and Mr. D. And D. It's going to be the D company. I'm going to use the lion. Kudos to my creativity. Greetings, my name is William Higgs, or your father. Let me show you a start pressing my joy. The first to show you the new property. All the buildings on the factory grounds are recently finished. Your company is now operational. As you see, activities between 6 buildings. So we've got engineering, design, administration, warehouse, production, research, and trials. So we've got, what's the top resource? Maybe a prestige. We've got cash, I assume inventory, whatever that is. Research, engineering, design, production, warehouse, administration, human resources, communications. Makes sense. As you visit facilities, you will notice reserved locked empty spaces. These areas of operation not immediately available to you, but actions in the near future. So what? I wish I could find out what these resources are. So let's click there. Research. So, research is, of course, technology will allow you to compete with other companies, both locally and internationally. As you can see, there are multiple places that require attention, but for the time being, let us focus on the major ones: research and building. Yep, before the farm passed away, he had already made some progress to develop each tank, high mobility, fire, the hull and main body of the tank, the turrets, yep, mobility, which is power unit, makes sense. Running gear, firepower. Awesome, that's interesting. Secondary weapon, naturally commodity part. Oh god, there's a lot of research on the structures. So, as you can see, technology grants you several blueprints. Mark 1. Oh god, these are rickety, aren't they? Yep. All blueprints are modifier. This implies you can modify each tank components. The engineer just handed a draft version of the Mark 1 hull, so let's study it in detail. Okay, so it's just a box. Information that will form a choice developing the hull compound. So your summary includes abilities given hull. So we've got mass, agility, obstacle trench width, and step height. Of course, the resources to build it. Capability, there we go. Storage, makes sense. So there's got to be a couple of things to satisfy to make it a tail wheel. Blueprint can find the attributes, production, added components, and modifier mounted. Note they want to mount modifier in the socket component, both types. Okay, so let's turn our attention to a possible outcome research. Turrets. Turrets are always good. So please have a look at the tempered steel technology. Unique. This allows you to apply tempered steel to the turret assembly. So it's the turret width, the technology, and the materials. Oh god, that's a long time. And so before starting work on the reinforced hull, you will need to allocate all of your engineers to the research project. So there we go. 7 days. So engineers will be committed to this project until the completion. So proceed. Yes. Okay, so I'm assuming this is real time because behind me there's like a little clock with speed. So this is over your window where you can find all essential information about the building. In the centre you can... Oh god, there's a sabotage risk. So the right upgrade facility includes... So beyond the immediate cost of each upgrade, there will also be increased maintenance costs, potential risks to increase as well. So mindful expanding and upgrading your business because these gains will additional strains, which makes sense. Finally, from here you can also assign members of the executive board. New roles boost the productivity. Excellent time returns back to the ground of the building. Okay, that makes sense. So this is time. So, after much trial, the reinforced hull research project has been successfully completed. Many of the engineers have worked extra hours to make this possible. Make sure the engineering department in order to turn newly acquired blueprints into tank components. So let's preview the engineering workshop, which is there. Nice little screen here. Nice little workshop. Interesting to see how you can actually build and see it tested and what you sell it for and all that jazz. So as you can see, the factory construction is recently concluded to proceed engineering workshop. There we go. In 6 stations. So there's 6 stations for every part of the tank. So secondary primary, that makes complete sense. That's where the Mark 1 blueprints. There we go. Do we get to like pan around it and stuff? So each component has a lot of modification potential. Wow, this is going into detail. Note the sockets come in different types. You need to modify in order to mount. So there we go. That's the front mount. Oh, you're not researched yet. So top. There we go. You can zoom in with the mouse wheel. But it comes with additional production costs. Oh, so the more you add on to it, of course, the increased production costs. Oh god, this is going to be a pricey thing. And resulting attributes for adding each individual module on there. Makes sense. So all components and attributes are 7 groups. Mobility makes sense. So let's start the project. I think we need to add a front thing onto that. Oh. Nope. Okay, engineers will continue to move until the completion. Yes, we've got 15 out of 15. So they've got to build that. Whoo! God, that's going to be interesting. I think we click play on the here. So it's completed. So it's probably not completed. Now I have to hull available design. Wow, this is... So we built the hull. And now we're going to design around it, I assume. Major 1. Please follow the design. Yeah. Selecting the hull. Man hours required. Production complete. Yeah, so there we go. Weight, resources, manpower, and goal, and of course. So that is for reference. You see how many versions of the same design. Wow, so we've only got one version of this at the moment. Okay, running gear. So like hulls, components available, similar information, no difference. There we go. Looking awesome. Secondary Vickers. And a turret. Well, it's not really a turret apart from... Oh, that's a bit of a sponsor. And they've got a six-pounder. That's quite reasonable. Select munitions. So we've got internal... So there's a few slots available to choose ammunition based on the type of weapon we expect our tanks to encounter. Okay. I'm assuming I'm clicking Select crew. Oh, we get to put crew in there. We're just clicking. Oh, wow. How many crew does an early war tank have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crew in there. That is quite interesting. So next step, available to yield certain bonuses. Oh, so I assume more gunners, the better it is. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, like crew gear. Oh, so we can arm the crew as well. I'm particularly impressed. So the commander, are they Enfields? I assume they are Enfields. Oh no, the carbines. Crewman mask. Oh. So now we're set. Please inspect the breakdown of the raw materials. Corresponding man hours and of course production costs. Please note the tank is a complex vehicle that multi-factors are affecting the final attributes. It will take some rigorous trials and learn what kind of abilities. Yep. Tank name. The Big D. So let's assign available engineers for the process, and there you go. That puts all of them in. Yes. And we're back out to the factory floor. Okay, it's completed. So the tank now complete. You have the first tank design. So the Big D tank design is done. So I had another production queue. Wow. So we have to go through all of the stages. Okay, so team left us info. Here's so tanks in contracts, tanks in stock. So add the number of tanks type currently being produced are awaiting shipment to customer. After the model is selected, you can also assess them to let's say a single unit of tanks. So we're just producing one tank there with all 40 engineers, and that's 5 days for all the engineers on that one tank. Okay, back to the factory floor. So that's 5 days on there. There we go. Got the Big D. So it should be in the warehouse. So as you can see, there is still more than one supplier. The difference between them are delivery speed when they're counted. So 12 days, 7 days. Oh, so we can actually trade in materials from everywhere. So we've got that. Is actually quite interesting. So arch steel works. Russ. So company, speed, safety. Oh God, Russia. The Russians. Actually, USA and France, they've got all the regulations. Safe delivery, which percentage of total are guaranteed to be delivered. Amounts to like, wow. So you may not even get all of the stuff. So this is for. I'm not entirely sure what resource that was. That's actually quite amusing. So you may not actually get all your stuff when you deliver it. So hope you like a personal cabinet outside view and something functional. Yep. Our workers are still struggling to install the telephone cable. Ready to use. The legal office got advanced administration not in place. Let's check the situation on the labour market. Includes all the information. Similar summary relates to engineers have been completed. Summary related to the top manager's administration or has been prepared. Oh. Everybody's unemployed. They've actually got guff on them about who they are. One on the right list of skills. I think we're looking at skills, aren't we? There we go. Counting. So tank sales. So our accountants did the best to organise the various reports of single documents so you can save time while studying it. For the convenience of all income reported to the left. Tank sales, resources, resale, grants, bank loans, expenses. So salaries, maintenance. Makes sense. Well, additionally given to maintenance, salary employees. Please find a note. You can always access the annual report required. So you could go broke. Could go broke. So, brief introduction. I believe you have all the necessary knowledge to continue the adventure farther start. I will also make sure you have since whenever situation require. Otherwise, please don't hesitate to reach me wherever you need the advice. Best of luck. Interesting. So, did we actually produce them tanks? So there we go. That was the tutorial. Lots of things are locked. So the trials are locked. That's a little bit naughty. So let's see if we can design. So what are the rivals? So we have no rivals. They have no tasks. We are Great Britain. So we've got money, of course. We've got tank storage. We've got material storage, iron, medium carbon, rubber, high carbon steel, glass, raw materials, ceramic, plastic, composite. We have workers, engineers, and administrators. So let's see, just try another design. Analytics, a lot of things to stop. So we'll try a new design and see what we can come up with. So I think, unfortunately, we don't have any of the other design. So I wonder if we can actually research anything. Is there any other stuff we can research to add? Which is research line 1. Structure. Chicken wire. Telephone. Sponge hinges. Locations. Description. That's the £3. Do we have that already? That's complete. Oh, it has completed. That is completed. That structure. That's completed. So that unlocks that. A hull unlocks all this, I assume. So what's this here? So let's see. Can we research? So put everybody on there. 7 days, and then we go back to our. So there we go. Engineering production. So. Okay, research complete. So let's go on to another research. Periscope. I like that. I might try and start that. You have to assign the engineers. You have to assign the engineers. Now we can go to design. Get a new design. Is that right? Oh, I'm sure I've done that wrong somewhere. Let's go back to research. I'm sure we did research that. I'm sure we have the stuff for it. Not available. Building overview. Oh, wow. We get to see all the rivals. Oh, so events happen, I assume, which stop certain things. World War approaches. So you have several ad workers to assign them to assembly lines as soon as possible. So, okay, let's go to the warehouse. Is it the warehouse we go to? No, it's not. It's going to be the... Oh, there we go. It's engineering. So we researched it. So we have the other... We have this. We can build now. So we put... Oh, no. I think all our other guys are in the research. I want to go on the trials. No. Okay, now we've got. Okay, we'll get rid of that guy. We can now build this because we've got engineers. But that's the problem with chucking all the engineers into other for projects. We can just build this. That is nice. And we can just build spares, I assume, over everything else. So we'll build those. Okay, there we go. Can we add extra stuff? Periscope. Oh yeah. So smoke screen. Wow, you can. I mean, these are adding cost to it. Storage internal. So you see, of course, everything will skyrocket. Okay, that's gonna... I wish we could do proper trials, but we can't. Design. So we should be able to design on this project now. There we go. Brilliant. And then we can hopefully add stuff to this. Oh, so we have to make sure we build everything to fit it out. So that makes complete sense. So that's saved, I assume. We'll come back out to that. So we have to make sure we are producing all of the weapon brackets, all the sponsors for it. Oh, so we have to put all the things in. That's fine. Start that. And then... So is it only one thing at a time we can build with that? Oh, I think I should have built it all at once, shouldn't I? Okay, there we go. So I suppose once you put it in here, you add all of these sides. You add the turrets at the same time. Oh no, we don't need that one, do we? Okay, that's fine. That should be all of it. Okay, so let's see that design. But I think that is still workable. It's fantastic. There we go. That's a thing of beauty, that is. That is a thing of beauty. So yeah, unfortunately I've not made any running gears. So I need running gears. I wonder how this saves. It must have to save. So we need to go back to make some running gears. God, I'm gonna make that place if it kills me. Where's the running gears? The power unit. Yep, and then... Yeah, you can only seem to build one thing at a time there. Ooh. Okay, that's done. I'm pretty impressed still. I mean, this could get very complex very quickly. So that was the running gear. I mean, you stick 15 engineers in it, it'll build really like a couple of days. So let's see if we can add them to that. We are ignoring most of these reports. Yeah, that running gear must be only compatible with that other hull. Or this is just I must have to research something to add to the hull. That's why it's not doing it. It will just add it to this other, the first hull design. Can only add one Lewis gun to that. I mean, can we add Lewis guns to the... No, I think it'll only take the 6-pounder. Yeah. You know what? Absolutely fantastic. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I think we've done as much as we can on the demo. I think we need to research, of course, the the correct wheel mobility for that smaller vehicle. I'm sure that's what it is, because it must be a smaller running gear. It must be this running gear for the for that other thing. Let me just check. You know what? I'm going to do that because I want to see if that actually is the correct assumption. But I think not all gears will work for the same things. So if we go to the engineering here, yeah, we're going to, don't show us again. And we should be able to build that smaller gear. Running gear. There we go, yeah. Very much like a crocodile or Churchill gear. Okay, and design. Let's see if we can stick them wheels on that with design. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, the concept of that is not every piece of gear will fit the same tank, but that is getting ludicrous. A secondary weapon, just Vickers. But you know what? Actually, a fantastic little concept there. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was something a little bit different. So not like your car tycoon or a house flipper, but just something a little bit different. So you can build, design, test, sell, get contracts, and we can do all sorts. But a lot of this is locked in the demo. But you know what? Right up my alley, that is. That'd be a nice little mess around. And of course, we can produce as many we like with the kit. Well, we can produce and sell. What I mean, to be honest with you, it's just what we can afford. So 5, and we can stick all 40 engineers on there, and then just build 40 tanks and hopefully sell them off. And I'm assuming we get we're going to get tasks and stuff as we go. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Click the like and subscribe button. Please consider looking into the demo below, the link. Really interesting concept, but I would like to go onto the training ground and go up and down with cash. But all right, folks, we'll catch you on another demo and preview. Bye-bye.